Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about ExitLag, if it really works, how does it work, and what are the best settings we can use. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, as I do post videos like this on Saturdays at 1 p.m. East. So when it comes to ExitLag, it has a whole bunch of cool different features, but the main thing people focus on is reducing ping. And ExitLag can actually reduce ping. The way it works is it assesses all of the routes that your router could take in order to reach its game server, and it basically just picks the best route for it. So the best way I can illustrate this is if you look at my map right here, all of these green dots are hot points that our ISP has, and then this is us, this pink dot in Saudi Arabia, and this is the server that we want to connect to, this pink dot in Brazil. And we can't just directly connect to the Brazilian server if we want. That's not how it works. Our ISP goes through a whole bunch of different hot points to preserve its connection and actually get to the server instead. So for example, my ISP, if it's really bad, it might go through Turkey, Russia, Poland, France, Spain, and then Brazil. And if I have a good ISP, I might choose a different route like Kenya, Zimbabwe, Angola, and then Brazil. But what ExitLag essentially does is it assesses all of these routes and it tries to find the most quickest route to our server that's the most efficient. So looking geographically, ExitLag will assess all of these routes and it'll be like, okay, we could connect to Chad and then Brazil right here. We only have to go through one hot point and it's a direct path. So we're going to take this path instead, and it's going to force your PC to route to the server in this specific way. Now there are a whole ton of factors that go into it. And it's not just looking geographically what's the fastest route. It also depends on how much traffic the route has and if it's congested or it has issues. So say for example, I'm going through Chad and then I'm going to Brazil to my server, and I'm getting packet loss and there's a whole ton of traffic on this. ExitLag will assess all the different routes like I said and say, hey, this path to Algeria is a lot less congested and doesn't have any issues. We're going to connect you to the server through this route instead, and it'll give you a much better experience in terms of having no packet loss and still maintaining that low ping that you want. So now that you guys know how ExitLag works, I'll have a link to it in the description below where you guys can register an account and log in and be able to download it. But once you have it downloaded, you just want to open it, and in here you're going to see a whole new menu where you'll have to log in. But once you log in, you'll be able to see ExitLag off on the top left or on, depending on whether you have it on or not, and a whole bunch of different options which we'll be going through today. Now to actually use ExitLag, we're going to go on the top left corner right here and click this button next to ExitLag off to turn it on. And then over here you'll see connections, go to connections, and we don't have any right now. So we're going to head over to the library on the left right here. And in here there are over 2,000 games that you guys can add. They have a lot of mainstream games, and they also have browsers and a whole bunch of different things that you can use ExitLag for. So say you're getting packet loss issues or ping issues on Discord, you can enable it for Discord if you want. But mainly we're focusing on games, so I'm going to type Fortnite in here to find Fortnite. I'm going to click on it, and it's basically going to analyze all of the routes for the different servers and try to find the most efficient routes for it. Now once ExitLag has analyzed all of your routes, you can go over to server right here and choose it to focus on a specific region. So how I live in New York and I'm in the US, I can choose North America right here and it will only focus on North American routes. If I play on servers all across the world, then I would just leave it on all regions so it analyzes all of those routes instead. Now if you go over to advanced options or advanced settings right here, you want to make sure that use local routes first is enabled, as these routes are usually quicker. And for TCP routes under here, we're going to leave it on 0 since Fortnite is a UDP game. Whereas for UDP routes, we have an option to choose from 1 to 4 on this. You don't want to use 1 at all, you want to either use 2, 3, or 4. My recommendation is if you are connecting to a server farther from you, you only use 2 routes. If you are connecting to a server that's close for you, so say I live in New York for example, and Virginia is not that far from me, I want to focus more on latency, I'm going to make sure I use 4 routes instead right here. And then once I have all of this applied, I'm just going to click apply routes on the top right, and it's going to apply all of those routes on my connection or game that I'm playing. Now you can do this for multiple games. I'm going to make sure that I also apply it to CS2 because I play this sometimes every now and then. I'm going to choose North American servers right here and let it analyze all of the routes for it. Since I want to focus on latency also, I'm going to choose 4 routes and then click apply routes right here. Now ExitLag does have some other cool features. They have a community service option right here where you can optimize routes for certain community servers like 5M. They also have a network analyzer, which is pretty cool. You can check if your connection is good for 4K video streaming, low latency gaming, and so on. They also have latency and buffer bloat right here that you can check, and your download and upload speed. They also have your average latency for UDP, TCP, and ICMP connections, which is some pretty useful information. You can also check your ping for certain games. So say I want to check my real ping for Fortnite and not its garbage ping counter. I could choose a game to ping right here. Click Fortnite, choose the region that I want to ping, click continue, and it will ping all the servers in that region. And I can see my average ping for all of those servers right here. ExitLag does also have a PC boost section right here where you have some system tweaks and a RAM cleaner. I wouldn't use the RAM cleaner at all. I don't suggest using those, but some of the system tweaks right here are pretty decent, like the turn off Windows performance counters, turn off network power saving, turn off game bar, which I don't recommend. I would keep that off. Keep all cores active, turn off NTFS last access timestamp, turn off superfetch, turn off Windows file indexing, and so forth. This is all personal preference. In tweaking, you don't want to just enable every single thing. You want to make sure you do what's best for your system. So if you already optimize your PC, I would just leave this default, but if you do want to enable some of these things and test it out, you can go for it if you want. One of the cool features that ExitLag also has is its traffic shaper. In here, you're able to limit your internet speed, and one of the methods that we use to reduce buffer bloat is limiting our internet speed. So for example, with my plan, I have 1000 megabits per second, and if I were to get buffer bloat, one thing I can do is limit my speed. So I could choose 800 for download and 800 for upload, and then click apply right here, and this will limit it. And the reason why this is useful is sometimes in your router settings you're not allowed to do this. Only on certain routers you can, but with ExitLag's traffic shaper you can do that. And if I want to add an exception, so say Chrome for example, if I want to make sure that all of my downloads happen at full speed, I could find Chrome and then click open, and it'll make an exception for that, so it won't limit my internet speed for this app. Now onto the ExitLag settings, I'll be telling you what's best. For window size, if we're being really picky, you want to make sure that this is on minimum. Start automatically with Windows, we want to disable that. Activate when starting ExitLag, we want to disable that. We want to enable it whenever we want to open the app instead. Minimize ExitLag to tray on close, that's personal preference. I would disable that. Display a notification, we want to disable that. Hotkeys, we want to disable that. Shortcut to stop all connections, doesn't really matter. I would keep it disabled. Hardware data monitoring, we don't want our ExitLag to be tracking all of our performance in real time, so we want to disable that. Accuracy and route optimization, that has to be on high at all times. You don't want to use anything lower. Protocols for route analysis, you want to use UDP. Sometimes for certain games you want to use UDP and TCP, but for most times you want to just use UDP. IPv version, we want to make sure we're on IPv4. We don't want to use IPv6, it's horrible. Real-time optimization, we want to disable that. If you are connecting to a server that's far away from you, or you have a lot of packet loss issues, you want to enable it, but if you don't, then you want to disable that. Smart optimization, enable that. Enable high priority QoS, enable that. Allow dual routes, if you are connecting to a server far from you, keep this enabled. If not, then you can disable it. Enable high UDP ports, you want to make sure that's enabled as well. Package redirection, you want to use a legacy NDIS, as WFP is not really that good at all. And that's really it. Like I said, I'll have the link to ExitLag in the description below. If you want to try it out, now is a great time because they have a Gamer Month promotion going on where you can get 72% off on certain plans. I'll also have a QR code up on the screen that you guys can scan right now if you want. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, as I will be posting more videos like this on Saturdays at 1 PM East. If you have any content suggestions or questions on ExitLag, you can join my Discord server, which will also be linked in the description below. But that's really it I have for you guys today. See you in the next one.